Thank you for joining us once again here at Sea Freedom Brew for our weekly briefing. It's Fed Week, so everyone get ready for the Fed to release their projections for the next year in terms of GDP, unemployment, and inflation, as well as their dot plot, and see how they anticipate to change rates, that critical Fed funds rate throughout 2018. So we're going to report on that next week. That all comes out on Wednesday. So we'll put our report on that next Tuesday. But for this week's briefing, we're going to go ahead and review over the unemployment rate and the job situation report that came out last Friday. So overall, this was a balanced, I'll call it, a balanced job report. We saw the participation rate remain unchanged at 62.7%. We also saw the unemployment rate remain the same at 4.1%. So a very balanced overall report here. Looking at the U6 report of unemployment, so you remember the difference between the U3 and the U6 is that the U6 includes all those individuals that are either marginally attached or those individuals that are separated from the labor force, or those discouraged workers. When we take into consideration those individuals, we have an 8.0% unemployment rate, and it went up month over month just by 0.1% compared to the consistent or the same unemployment rate at 4.1% for that headline or the official unemployment rate. So we had a little divergence in these two numbers. Looking at the number of jobs created, though, we can see we came down a month over month from 244,000 jobs back in October to 228,000 jobs in November. So we came down a little bit, anticipated as we clean up these reports from maybe some noise that was built in here due to the hurricanes this fall. Overall, when we look at the type of jobs created, we can see that we had 24,000 jobs coming in terms of the construction. And that's important to keep in mind because typically at this time of the year, as we enter into that winter season, we start to see these jobs filter out of the economy, but we're still seeing them growing. Also, we had 31,000 jobs created in terms of that manufacturing. Healthcare and social assistance continues to be a driver, creating 40.5 thousand jobs, as well as the professional services producing 46,000 jobs. So overall, the types of jobs being created are distributed quite well in here. When we're looking at the overall wage inflation, though, we can see last November, we were at average hourly earnings of $25.91. That increased to this November of $26.55. That's about a 2.5% increase. That's still below our 3 to 3.5% that we're shooting for in order to match us up with some historic means in that number. So we still do not see that wage inflation creeping in or becoming a problem. And therefore, we really haven't seen that those adjustments on the overall inflation numbers either. Perhaps as we work through 2018, we'll start to see these numbers correct and creep back up to that 3% mark, but we shall wait and see. Overall, the Fed, as I said previously, will be coming out with their projections for next year, so we are excited to find out what they're looking at, and we'll have a great week this week, and we hope you have a great week this week. We'll see you back here when we review over the Fed release. Have a great week.